What's up, bro?
Are you
No, I'm
testing
just testing it.
Okay.
Can you repeat the last line that you did?
Which one? Oh, like the song?
Yeah, the song.
Oh, sure, yeah.
that was Unravel for most of it. Yeah. So thank you all for coming to Midsummer Memories 2025. I'm super nervous for some reason, if you guys couldn't tell. But thank you all for coming. I was expecting a little bit less than this, so I'm so glad that it's such a big turnout. So the next piece that I'll be performing is Wind by Chin Chang Lin. And you guys are probably wondering, what's with the name Midsummer Memories? So I was kind of thinking of this name while I was making my program. And this piece is actually a piece that I've played before for my junior recital. And the next piece actually after that for the second half of after the intermission is Song of Alma, which I played for my senior recital. And I was only playing the first two movements for that. And since I didn't finish it, I thought I'd bring back Takumi over here and finish all three movements. So give it a big hand to Takumi. Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for that big clap after that first piece. I'm feeling super nervous. Does anyone have a joke they could tell me just to help me calm down a little bit? No jokes? Okay, cool. We'll just go to the next piece. This is Wind by Chin Chang Lin. And I'm planning to actually make this a recurring thing for summer with Midsummer Memories 2026. So maybe I'll bring back Unravel, but a better version of Unravel. I had so many brain slips, and I'm actually recovering from a sickness right now, so let's blame all my mistakes tonight on this. So, check it out. That wasn't even scripted. I'll try not to cough during my performances, but here is Wind. whoever's phone that was came in at the perfect time when I wasn't playing anything. That was great. So the final piece that I'll be playing for the first half is Square One by Joey Ang. This is a pretty difficult piece, I would say so, and it's like, there's a lot of different moving parts, lots of, I guess, risky sections. How many of you guys, actually, let me start with this. How many of you guys have never seen or heard of a marimba before? Okay, so we've got a couple people here. So it's your first time seeing and hearing a marimba. So a marimba is basically just a big wooden piano. Now, there's so many similarities. So the top keys here are the black keys on the piano, and the bottom keys here are the white keys on the piano. And now what makes this so much more different, and I guess I would say even so much harder than a piano, is this is one of the only few instruments in the world where you don't actually have a connection with your instrument. What I mean by that is I'm holding two big chopsticks and I'm just waving them in the air and hoping that I hit the correct notes. And there's so many different ways you can make a mistake with this instrument. And what really separates it from piano is with piano, you can really touch the instrument. But with this one, you're kind of just waving things around, hoping for the best. So that's a little bit of a marimba, I guess, backstory for you. One of the greatest marimbas alive, and I think she's retired now, her name is Keiko Abe, and she was known for actually hitting wrong notes, having so many stick clicks. But what made her really popular was the way she really, I guess, performed on stage. She just had heart, and she performed the piece, and hopefully you guys will see that in me too, with all the stick clicks. So this is Square One by Joey Ang. Song of Alma would be good, don't worry. That one I practiced like so many hours.
perfect. We'll be going into 10-minute intermission, just so I can rest my hands up. Thank you all for coming. I'll chat with you guys during intermission, so yeah, see you there. Alright, so welcome to the second half of the concert. So just to give a little bit more context about this piece, it is a 19-minute piece, 3 movements, so just hold off until the very end for your claps. If you're just dying to clap, then you can clap. It's okay. There will be like 10-second little pauses in between. You'll know when it's done. We'll try to make it really obvious, and then you can clap. But do you want to talk about the piece a little bit before
I can talk about us going through the piece a little bit.
Us going through the piece, sure, go ahead.
Okay,
This
so
is cozy.
this was like a really cool project that Ernest invited me to be on. At the time, we were both in our 4th year of uni, and like I was super lucky to be in Ernest's cohort. Like we started in COVID, so it was really cool. Actually, Ernest was one of my very first friends in university, and actually in Calgary.
Oh yeah.
So it was really cool for him to ask me to be on this project, and we started learning it for his senior recital. So all the pressure's on. We did the first 2 of the 3 movements, so like we did pretty much the first half of the EP. We made some edits to like kind of wrap it up nicely without doing the end, but like this time we're gonna play through it all the way. We're gonna have all 3 movements, and that's like really exciting. I don't know, a little bit of lore on my side for this. Backstory is I actually wanted to put it on my senior recital as well. And I brought it to my teacher, my prof, and she listens to it, and the only recording, it's a good recording. It's a good enough recording. The marimba on it, awesome. The cellist on it, my teacher was like, are you sure you want to play this? But like, I love the piece. I love that Ernest committed to it. I love that we get to like finish it now. And in a sense, this is kind of like tying that up. I get to, kind of perform it in that way as well. So I'm grateful for Ernest. He's one of the best people to come out of U of C in a decade. So
We play together a lot. We were literally just together yesterday, did a little Ghibli thing. But yeah, Takumi Rodgers, everybody, he's such an amazing. Okay. So yeah, as you said, a little bit of context here. Samabama, it's loves beauty, loves heartbreak. That's how Moser talked about this piece. It shows love's true intensity and how beautiful it can be, but also how almost heartbreaking and shattering it can also be. But of course, with my relationship with my girlfriend, it's always perfect. So I put a little bit of a quote on the back of under my biography there. Honestly, I forgot what I wrote. I wrote it this morning, so please feel free to just say it all out loud. What does it say?
Live in the present, hold on to these memories.
Okay, let's try it all together.
Live in the present, hold on to these memories. We don't remember days, we remember the moments and the emotions connected to them.
Hey, Midsummer Memories 2026. We'll get that better. Don't worry. So just to talk about that a little bit, I feel like just in general, the general person is always just so bent on what's coming next. What am I doing tomorrow? What am I going to worry about next? My test is in a week. I'm going to study for it now. I'm always worried about what's coming next, and we're never living in the present. So for the next 19 minutes, we timed it, try to just live in the moment. And somebody asked in the front here if they could take videos while I perform. Feel free to take videos, but I urge you to just sit down, really just feel the resonance in the music, and just let the music move you. I'm going to try my best to really showcase that. Takumi's always so good on the cello. So just soak in the music and feel the Song of Amma. So this is Song of Amma.
cutting the final piece for the night. So see you at home. Take a minute just to hang down. Okay, and I like to, yeah, I paid her. So I like to program, I guess, my concerts. Kind of like a Disney movie where it breaks your heart halfway through and then it kind of just makes you dance in the end for some reason, like the villain's just dancing. So we're going to end off with a little bit of a tango. I played this piece with the Calgary Korean Canadian Choir where I was a soloist. I didn't sing for them, they just hired a marimba player to be a soloist. So here is Furioso Tango. Thank you. Thank you all. Cool. Ooh, what do I talk about first? Yeah, that's all recorded. So I think this won't be the last one, but I feel like the YouTube videos just have like 30 likes. There's like 2 recordings of this online. My brother's a videographer. Yeah. We should like rent the church. Oh no, we did it. So like it's by Andrew Dell. But super lucky. No one really knows. Yeah. Yeah.